Hi guys, my name's Rob from Elite Personal Training in Hong Kong, and today I'm going to be introducing a three-part series regarding low back pain, which is a big issue for actually everyone in their life at some point or another. And it costs, just for an example, it costs the US roughly $50 billion per year in costs for low back pain related issues. So this is a huge issue. And anyone that has back pain will understand this and appreciate this. And it can affect everything in your life, from just walking, working, getting up and down, getting into bed, out of bed, just washing, and all simple things that we take for granted. So we're going to be going through a few things today to kind of introduce you to this idea and give you ideas and methods to deal with it, and hopefully have you overcome these issues and eventually start to train to become stronger, to build up a good brace around your core to help fix the issues and get you living life normally, happily and leisurely, so you don't have to be continuously concerned about your back. And back pain as well as another thought is nearly always accumulative. That means it's not usually a one-time issue kind of blunder, like you pick up a table and suddenly you're bending and then there'll be a PAM, a pop or something, you'll feel something go, and which that would be the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, as it were. But usually it's accumulative from years of bending and doing things in a bad way with a rounded kind of lower back. Even things from getting your shopping out of the bag, heavy water bottles, putting them up and out of the way. Yeah, in regards to that, I mean by bending the lower back round and then picking things up with weight off of the floor. And this, at first you might be fine with it, but over years and years this will deteriorate your spine and make yourself more susceptible to injuries. So usually it's the repetition over time, and then one day something happens, be it picking up something off the floor, some money, reaching for your toothbrush at a funny angle. Some simple things like this can be the final thing that makes you feel, wow, a lot of pain. And an important issue as well is identifying your injury mechanism. And what I mean by that is knowing what will make you go into a worse place of pain. And clear examples where most of the issues usually happen is with bending related issues, bending with load and then hurting the back. So anything when I'm flexing my back forwards can make you feel pain. And in the opposite form, some people have back pain when they extend. That means they extend backwards, they're reaching up and bending backwards, putting something over a shelf or grabbing something off, and they'll feel pain in this instance. And additionally also, this can happen from twisting motions, where they're twisting to reach for something, and even the twisting can cause back pain also. So it's good to identify what issues flare these things up. And as the old kind of saying goes, the person goes into the doctor, doctor, I have a bad back when I bend forwards like this. And what's the usual thing he will say to you? This day and age, he'll probably say, take some painkillers and get in your way. But otherwise, what he should say to you is, don't do that action that causes the pain in the first place. Another misconception as well out there today, generally through workplaces and health and safety talks at offices and what have you, is most people say bend with the knees when they're doing a squat, which isn't correct actually. And this will eventually lead to knee arthritis if you're putting force through the knees. The knees should be kind of staying above the kind of ankles and not shearing forwards. You should actually be bending with the hips and having a strong core, which we'll go through in a moment. So this is very important. So you see those people bending with the knees and the knees shooting forwards in front of their toes all the time. This is just going to end up with painful knees in later life. And you need your knees, I tell you, you're going to need them for the rest of your life, so be careful all the time. And now I'll introduce to you some steps in bending and how to do this. If you have a bad back, you'll find mechanisms like this to make life a bit easier, and they're quite simple step by step. But if you get these down, bending, lifting, even twisting, if you use the pelvis to twist with the body, will become easier, and it's just forming the habit in everyday life, and bringing these in and practicing every day. I mean, every day we're going to be doing things up and down, lifting, turning, twisting, going to the toilet, brushing our teeth, bending over. So these things will definitely help in giving you that edge. I'll demonstrate these shortly. Right, this is the demonstration of the technique for bending, a kind of good technique. This is taken from Professor Stuart McGill, and he's one of the leading authorities on low back pain and spine kind of maintenance. So this is very useful. So the first thing is, when you're standing, you'll be having a good posture. Most people stand kind of a bit kind of sloppy, a bit kind of forwards, a bit kind of lazy like this. So it's first of all getting your head back, pulling your spine to a good position, so you're standing up straight, and also pulling your shoulders down and back. And from this position here, I'll go down the body one by one. I will brace the lats here, so the lats are underneath the side of the body here, so you can flare slightly with your arms and you'll feel these lats engaging here. And if you've got this position here, the lats are involved, and then after this I will brace my core, and you can check this by squeezing into your abdominals around here and then having some rigidity, so you kind of fight yourself back, fight your fingers to feel a good bracing in your core around here. So head back, good posture, lats are engaged, core is on. And then from here we will tighten our bum. So we squeeze the bum together, so tighten the glutes here in this position. And from this position here, I will stand about hip width, or just a bit wider than hip width. And from the bending here, first of all, I'll brace everything, lats, core, head back, core is on, bum is tight. And then I will spread the floor with my feet. My feet are into the ground. I'm going to try and spread the floor, which will subtly make my knees go out a tiny bit, and also engage the hips and the glutes and keep everything nice and tight here. So from this position, good position, lats, core on, hands on my legs, and I will spread the floor, and I will put my hands down my legs like this, and the bum will go back. And this is the basic way to bend, and you'll notice my spine position doesn't bend and flop over. It will just maintain its position, and I'll be bending forwards. And this itself, and it coming straight back up, will take some practice, and it seems quite arduous at first, but just from practicing those step-by-step things and having everything on the side, you will find that this negates most painful bending. And this can help in regards to everyday stuff, like brushing your teeth, for example. Your basin's usually here. I will need to spit out after brushing, but rather than doing this, which could make things worse in the lower back issue, if I were to bend down in this position, I could even support myself slightly, have a good strong back, brushing my teeth and spit out, and then come up and carry on, and always go down into this position. And the same thing would apply in regards to an everyday thing, I hope everyone does, is going to the toilet. So in a position on the loo, when I get up, rather than bending here and standing up, which is going to cause issue here, I would similarly brace myself here, be strong. I will lean forward slightly, having a strong back, and then I'll stand up and using the same mechanism here. So the hands on the knees, support, and stand up so my back doesn't bend or slide or be loose and leak kind of energy and then cause an issue. And this is the basic step for bending, getting up and down, and even brushing the teeth or grabbing something and avoiding these kind of bends, especially if you have a back injury. If you have a healthy back, you can get away with stretching and doing these things as long as you're careful. But if you have pain in your back, you want to avoid it as much as possible. And take note of these little tips, and I hope it helps you. And thank you very much, and I'll be bringing you a second video soon regarding using bending and getting up and down and moving around more mobily in everyday life to help you get through your life in a better way. Thank you very much.